Got a barnyard joke, and then we're going to interview more. So, little kid's walking down the road, stops in his tracks, he sees a three-legged pig. Sees a guy, farmer, sitting out there, and he says, "Hey, mister, how come your pig's got 3 legs?" This is no ordinary pig. This pig saved my wife's life. She was in the kitchen, she fainted, the pig came running to me, came and got me. I was able to save my wife, otherwise she would have been dead. It's no ordinary pig. Hey, yeah, okay, but I still don't understand how come the pig's got 3 legs. So he says, well, like I said, it's no ordinary pig. I'm on my tractor. The tractor falls on me. The pig sees it, kind of digs a hole, gets me to at least not lose my leg, and then he goes and he runs and gets help for me. He says, okay, but I still don't get it. I don't understand. Why's it got 3 legs? Pig like that, you don't eat all at once. Okay, we're here with Mark.
How does a Welshman count sheep?
How?
1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8.
He's waving because he knows the sheep.
Yes, he's had sex with the sheep. We'll start off light with like some light bulb jokes. You know, like how many New Yorkers does it take to change a light bulb? And none of your fucking business. What did one worm say to the other one? He says, "I'll meet you in the cemetery at midnight and we'll make love in dead earnest." Ooh. So this fellow goes into the patent office. He walks right up to the counter, slaps an apple on the table. "I want to patent that." The guy says, "Are you crazy? You can't patent that. That's an apple. I mean, God can make an apple. I mean, you can't make an apple. I'm not going to give you a patent on something that God can make." He says, "Why don't you taste it?" I said, "Okay." He bites into the apple. Tastes like an orange. It's pretty amazing. The guy says, no. Back. God bites into the apple again. Tastes like a honeydew. He says, "That's amazing." He says, back. Guy bites into the apple again. Tastes like a pineapple. He says, "This is amazing." He says, "I'll give you a patent for this. This is incredible. This is a work of genius." And he starts to write out the patent. Gives it. He says, "You know, if you really want to make $1 million, you should devise an apple that tastes like pussy." That's okay, you know. 6 months later, the guy comes in, slaps an apple down on the counter. What's up? The guy says, "I think I've done it." He says, "What?" "I've got an apple that tastes like pussy. You want to try it?" The guy says, "Sure." He bites into it and says, "Oh, this tastes like shit." The guy says, "Back." I actually got kicked out of the Pyramid Club doing stand-up.
Which is not easy to do.
No, not easy.
It was an achievement, in fact.
Yes, they were all, every joke ended with carnal knowledge of a farmyard animal, farm animal, yeah.
So that's your specialty.
Well, in those days, yeah.
In those days.
Yeah.
So maybe next time we'll get the whole
all my
carnal knowledge, animal,
yes.
bestiality.
The hell with your daughter, I'll buy the farm. Yeah, those jokes, some stuff like that, you know.
Alrighty. Now, Mark, are you doing comedy lately? I mean, are you out
Only
there?
Only in bed.
Only in bed. Okay, very nice.
That's where I get all my laughs.
And do you do that for hire?
What?
I'm not asking, but I mean.
Well, I do smoke grass first, so.
Yeah, and then.
That's about it.
But you've been in some movies.
As higher
yeah?
as I get.
You've been in some movies lately.
It's really strange. Lately, actually was in a movie in London in 1972 called Carrie Genitori. Dear Family. It's an Italian movie. It was shot in London, and I played a rebel hippie leader. And
a rebel hippie leader of what?
Just
did you look
hippies.
just like you do now, and did you wear that shirt?
Hippies. And then I was in that picture.
But it was Italian movie.
Italian movie, Carrie Genitoria.
Where did it take place? Carrie Genitalia.
Yeah, it took place in they shot it on St. Catherine's Dock when it was just all ruins, but it was supposed to be the Roundhouse in London, yeah. And I knew something about film, and I knew, for instance, that they shoot silent movies. Italian movies are shot MOS, without sound. And so I always made sure that the camera was pointing at me, but I wasn't looking at the camera, and I was moving my mouth. So they had to invite me back every day because they had to match the shots. And so I wound up actually getting my name. My movie name is Zeke Adams. I'm Zeke Adams. And then, you know, they made that movie called Across the Universe. I'm in that. And I play a rebel hippie leader in that picture. And
so, do you feel pigeonholed?
Well, yeah, I'm typecast. And the really weird thing about that is that I thought that picture should have said it's a movie about the '60s with the original cast. And in terms of being '60s, I was in my '60s. So I mean, that's the only '60s thing about that picture, I think. But so there's this cowboy, and he's out riding the range. And he gets attacked by Indians, and they capture him, and they bring him back to their camp, and they're going to execute him the next day. But he put up such a great, brave battle. You know, they really admire him so much they're going to give him any wish that he wants the night before they execute him. So he says, "Okay, could you bring my horse to me?" Okay, they bring his horse to him. He whispers something in the horse's ear. The horse goes galloping off. 2 hours later, he comes back. There's this beautiful blonde on the back of the horse. He goes into the teepee with a cowboy, and they're in there, and the Indians are so impressed. He's got his last wish, and he just asked for this blonde. They said, "Well, look, you know, we won't execute you tomorrow. We'll give you one more wish, you know, and then execute you the next day." He says, "Okay, could you bring my horse to me?" So horse comes to me, whispers in the horse's ear, horse goes galloping off, comes back, and there's this brunette comes back on the back of the horse, and they go into the teepee. Indians are just really amazed. What cojones this guy's got, you know? I mean, he's going to be executed, and he just asked for, you know, wow, that's great. I said, "Well, we'll give him one more wish." He says, "Well, could you bring the horse to me?" All right, they bring the horse to him, and he puts his mouth to the ear of the horse, and he says, "Posse!" I said, "Posse!"
Oh, I know what I do want to talk to you about. Yeah. Your car ride with John Wayne Gacy.
Oh, yeah. It's true. I was hitchhiking.
Where were you hitchhiking?
From Iowa City to New York.
What year is it?
I wasn't there. Don't look at me.
1965, 66, somewhere in there, you know.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you're a kid. You're 17 years old?
19. 18, 19.
18, 19, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Everyone's hitchhiking back then, no big deal.
And the little problem was to hitchhike around Chicago.
Why is that? Because they would arrest you in Chicago?
No, because instead of going into Chicago then out of Chicago, you know, you try and get the ring road around Chicago. And so that's where John Wayne Gacy picked me up. And I wanted to get left off at the Indiana Turnpike, or whatever that road is.
Yeah.
He offered to, it was snowing.
Yeah.
It was the middle of the night.
Right.
It was snowing, and the snow was way high.
Yeah.
And he offered to take me to a hotel in Gary.
Now, when he said, how did he, you know, did you feel that there was a sexual...
Oh, yeah.
He said to you, he was turning sweet on you during the car ride?
He liked me, yeah.
And did he put his hand on your leg?
I can't remember if he did the knee thing or not, you know.
Because that was a common thing that it would happen with hitchhikers, right? As a hitchhiker, you run into that.
The most common thing with a hitchhiker is something like this. You know, Some people do almost anything for money. Yeah, up for a little gay humor? Anybody up for some gay humor? You know,
Sure.
Right? Well, this gay guy and this lesbian have got to make an 8 a.m. flight the next morning. One of them was on time. One of them was late. Which one was late? The lesbian, because the gay guy had his shit packed the night before.
Oh.
So, back to John Wayne Gacy.
Yeah.
So
he picked me up, yeah.
So he picked you up, and did you feel any? Did he get a sense of anything strange? Did you ever feel you were picked up by a killer before, other than John?
No,
Wayne?
I didn't think he was a killer then.
No,
but I thought
and maybe he wasn't.
His weird thing is he had crushed
Because
Kodak 35mm film cartons all over the car.
He did.
Yeah. You know.
That's strange.
You know, yeah.
So you picked up on that.
That seemed to be a little weird, you
Right.
know. Yes. Then he had some Chianti and fava beans. That really put me off.
No, he didn't. But okay, so how do you wait? Now, I mean, okay, so you're on the road. He picks you up. He says he says, "Hey, my name's John."
How'd you like to,
My name's John Wayne. What does he say?
He didn't tell me his name.
So you just must have been flipped you out then when he was arrested, and you said, "Oh my God,
I know that guy." Yes, yeah.
Holy shit!
Yeah, yeah.
That's weird. A weird moment in life. You know, you're in the car. He's got the. Did he say he's a photographer? I mean, did you ask him about why do you have so many crushed?
He said he was a film salesman.
Oh, okay. Maybe was he?
I didn't read. Why does he have the crushed? You know. What is it? He takes it out. Well, here's our 35mm color film. I mean, why would he have empty film boxes all over the car, smashed on the ground? You know.
How far did he travel?
And he
with
was
them?
ugly too. He was not like Guy Madison was driving the car. You know what I'm talking about?
Wait, if he was cute, you would have gone to the hotel with him?
I don't know.